What's going on, guys? Seth here with Seth Francis Sim Racing. We are back in Gran Turismo Sport, getting ready to jump into a N300 class race on Nordschleife. And I'm going to be driving the N300 class Hyundai Genesis. This is the first time I've ever driven this car. Other than I did one race before this stream with this car, but that was the first time. So still kind of playing around with the setup. Trying to find a setup that works well. So a bit of a guessing game as of now, but that's okay. Let's see. Try that. So just kinda, like I said, guessing at what'll be a good setup. May or may not work in my favor. I didn't do very well in the last race, so see what happens in this one. Of course, I'm not qualifying, so I'm usually starting at the back of the pack. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Daniel? Yeah, it did get a little heated, man. I got pretty PO'd at that guy. I put the comments, like I put the live comments, I copy-pasted them and put them in the main comments. But, I think the guy was just trying to get a rise, and, it did work. But at one point, yeah, man, I just kind of went off on him a little bit. I felt bad after, but then it, like, not for him. I just felt bad that I used foul language on my stream just in case kids watch and whatnot, but I did put a little note. Yeah. And no matter what anybody said to him, he just wouldn't acknowledge any of the positive parts of the game. Like, sure, there's, you know, it's not 100% perfect. There's areas that aren't great, but physics isn't one of them. The handling is very good. And he was just stuck on his ways. How have you been, though? Hey, they started me up a little further this time. The last race, they started me in last place. Alright, this guy plenty of room. Actually, I'm going to slow down just so we don't make contact and let him go ahead, because that wasn't really a clean pass. Ooh, I got somebody coming up behind me. Don't hit me, guys. And, alright. Somebody spun out and ghosted there. And I still have this brake warning. I cannot figure out how to turn it off. It said that you can in this update, but when I turn brake indicator off, it doesn't seem to work. I slowed down a bit too early there. Big fishtail. And lost another position. That's alright. See if I can't make them back. And I'm getting bumped from behind, but it didn't hurt me too much. Everybody's bumping here, it looks like. I wonder if they made any changes to the physical damage, because it looks like there is a little bit more showing on the car than what there used to be. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I did not mean to do that. I'm coming out. I bumped him. I didn't mean to, but I did. Oh, and somebody just bumped me back. Almost knocked me out of control, but not quite. That was Mr. 79 Blooper, it looks like. In the Mitsubishi, or is he in another Hyundai? Whoever's directly behind me. Oh no, Mr. Blooper must have crashed out the guy who hit me. And here I am going off the track. That's okay though, still maintain my position so far. Whoa! That was Mr. Blooper who just did that. Alright, I got my eye on you, Mr. Blooper. 79. That guy totally slammed me from like full speed for no reason too. I hadn't made contact with him at all this race except for when he slammed me a little earlier. And here I am going off the track again. Look at his car, it's so smashed. How about that? There we go. Knock him off in the dirt a little bit. A little taste of his own medicine. Guys almost got into it a little bit there, but nice. Nothing isn't too bad sometimes, man. I heard Dirt 4 came out. I'd like to try that game, but I think I'm going to try and wait for the summer sale. I'm pretty sure it came out. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Dirt 4 was released. If not, it's being released very soon. If it isn't, I hope it comes out in time for the summer sale, and I hope it's still on sale, just because I will probably end up having to buy it on the PC instead of the console. Just because it's usually cheaper to buy games for the PC than the console when they're new. Especially if it is on sale during the summer sale. The summer sale is nice. It did come out. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm really curious to see like what these two different physics modes are all about. I guess they have one that's like arcade-ish, which is more for like controllers and arcade type playing, and then another setting for more simulation type physics. So there's this other YouTuber who I've watched a few times, and he's been doing some videos of it. It's Sim Racing Paddock, and he's relatively, I say relatively, but you know, not entirely new, but relatively new to having a popular sim racing channel, and I feel like he gives pretty honest views, so I'm gonna watch some of his videos on the game and see what he thinks. He's a good guy too. His name's Will, the Sim Racing Paddock guy. He's a real nice guy. I am far behind the cars ahead. That's alright though. Yeah, he is a good guy. I have a feeling his YouTube channel, with the reviews and whatnot that he's doing, is going to grow pretty well, because when it comes to like hardware reviews for sim racing, we've had mostly the same guys for a while now. You know, there's like the same couple of really big channels, like ISR TV and Sean Cole with the Sim Pit. And so there haven't been any newcomers in the last, you know, couple years that have come and really grown big. You know, like 10K subscribers or whatever. And I think Sim Racing Paddock can do that, especially since he's really started to structure his review videos. Each one gets better and better, so I'm excited to see where that goes. I am all over the track this race. Wow, I got a 1.9 second penalty? How did that even happen? That is insane. Yeah, Slap Train, I'm not a big fan of Slap Train. He just like yells into a microphone and like thinks he knows how to drift. But he doesn't review like hardware, like sim racing hardware, like wheels, pedal sets, and all that kind of stuff. I find it rather painful to watch his videos. No offense to him, I know, you know, a lot of people like that style of video, but like the just kind of like yelling, being super overexcited into the microphone just doesn't interest me really. And like I said, he doesn't do, you know, sim racing is such a niche thing. It's hard to find a lot of YouTubers that do like hardware reviews. Jay's 2 Cents did a review on a rig and some Fanatic gear in the past, and he did an alright job, but because he's not somebody who reviews sim racing hardware all the time, he doesn't have enough knowledge on sim racing in particular, you know what I mean? He knows everything there is to know about PCs and custom builds, and he's incredible with his hard tubing when he builds custom PCs. But it really takes somebody who's like focused on sim racing to know the ins and outs of all the hardware and what people are looking for. Yeah, it's just because it's such a small thing, you know. Most people, like, outside of the internet, like, just like in life, whether at work or whatever in general that I talk to, don't even know what sim racing is. I usually have to explain it. Congratulations to Kelso D's, I believe the name was. So I'll be getting a car, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a duplicate, because I only get duplicate cars now for some reason. I don't know if I've gotten all the cars in the beta or what, but all I seem to get is duplicates. Yep, a duplicate of the V12 Vantage. Already have this car. Oh well. And Willow Springs we're going to for the GR4 class. Gonna drive the 4C, right? Let me just see what other cars I got here. I'm gonna drive the 4C first. I might switch it up after this race, but for now I actually really like driving this 4C. Of all the GR4 class cars, this is my favorite car to drive, just because it's so much fun to drive this car, the way it's so loose in the rear end and squirrely, and I don't know if it's because of the weight distribution or what, but it's just so much fun to drive. I just want to check my transmission settings really quick. I think 240 will be enough. Let's just see my... Where's the ABS? ABS. Let's try default first. If I don't like that, I'll go to mild. think I might need to adjust my seating position back a little far for my liking. Yeah, I'm going to adjust that. Yeah, let's go right here on this one. And I don't think I want to adjust the height. No. We'll keep the height just as it is. Let's give that a try. It's amazing the difference in acceleration just going from the standard road car N300 class even to just the GR4 class. It's so crazy. Just spun real fast. I had to grab it. Kind of got pulled out of my hand a little bit. I'm not going to have enough time to put down another lap, it doesn't look like. To go with the out lap as my qualifying time, but that's alright. I don't really usually qualify anyway, so. We're getting matched up, it looks like. Oh, I saw what you were saying, Daniel. The Xbox E3 thing wasn't anything to shout about. Alright. I got a little... I didn't see the first comment there. My mistake. What I'm waiting to learn about is the new Thrustmaster wheel that everybody thinks is direct drive. My guess is that it's not direct drive. I think it's going to be a single belt drive, just like the CSL Elite by Fanatec. I think the whole direct drive thing where people thought that the creator of Gran Turismo had said it would be direct drive, but I think that was a language barrier thing. I don't think it's... I could be wrong. But at the price point that people are speculating, I don't think that it's going to be direct drive. Might be a good wheel, though. Doesn't mean it won't be good, I just don't think it's going to be direct drive. It may very well be a great wheel. let's go a little bit softer on the dampening, because this car was kind of bouncing all over. Yeah, well, with Fanatic is coming out with a direct drive this year. They just recently announced this on their blog, and the first iteration of the wheel will not be console compatible, but they are open to it. However, at least on the PlayStation side, I think it's going to be difficult because Sony wouldn't even let Fanatic do the CSW version 2 on console because it was too expensive of a wheel and they didn't think there would be the market for it. So they made them go with the cheaper CSL line for PlayStation. So I think a lot of it will depend on if Fanatic, on the other hand, like with Fanatic alone doing a direct drive on console, I think a lot of it will depend on how sales of the CSL do. And I think that that's what will determine whether or not Sony allows them to do a direct drive. Now, Fanatic, on the other hand, has been making wheels for console for so long. They have a tighter relationship, it seems like, with consoles than... they have a tighter relationship with consoles, it seems, than Fanatic does. So, we'll see what happens, but... it would be nice, but at least for now, people are able to use their direct drive wheels, if not with a bunch of like modding, but at least they can do it through like gimmicks and whatnot, like the way I use my direct drive right now. And here we go. Lots of GTRs as usual. I see a Corvette up there. Let's see who I'm racing with. VTFW Legends, I've raced with him before. I'm pretty sure he's really good. He's either really good or really dirty. I forget why I remember the name. But I think he holds his own, at least in other races I've seen. Man, this car just tucks in around the corners. It has a little trouble maintaining throughout the corner, but on entry it just tucks right in. Gets a little bit squirrely, but... alright, let's come up here. I don't want to make contact if I don't have to. Alright, these guys are making contact here. I'm gonna try and steer clear of it. Oh, sliding. Got rear-ended by a Mustang. Let's see if I can make my way around this here Mustang. Got a Mustang in front of me, a Mustang behind me. It's not where I want to be. I do not have a good relationship with drivers. In Gran Turismo anyways, not in real life. Whoa, I do not know how I didn't hit any of those cars and then I got rear-ended. I don't know if you guys caught that, but I literally just slid sideways between those two cars and then came up through them perfectly. I don't think I could do that again if I tried, at least not in that same way. But literally, I didn't touch any of them. It's coming right through, and then I got rear-ended, of course, so that was contact. I bumped him a little bit. Not intentionally. He's going too slow, though. What is he doing? Don't knock me in the dirt, you jerk. Stop trying to spin me out, bro hams. Dude, come on. Here, I'll push you outside a little bit. How do you like it? People don't get it. Like, if he hadn't done that, we could have drifted a little bit off of, or drafted a little bit off of each other, used each other's speed to catch up with the Mustang. But no, instead he just wants to be dirty. Who is it? Pipe TSCN? Yeah, slide in. I think I knocked him off the track. Maybe not. I don't see him. I don't see... oh, he's back there, so I must have knocked him off because he's not on the... his name isn't anywhere near me. I had to get him back a little bit for that one. car is actually doing, this car that I'm driving, the Hyundai GT4, is doing pretty darn good, or GR4, is doing pretty darn good since that diff, or that dampening adjustment. Quite happy with the way it's handling. Still a little bit squirrely, a little loose, but that's what I like about this car. Kind of keeps you on your toes a little bit. I'd like to catch up with that Mustang, not sure if it'll happen, but got the rest of this lap and then one more lap left after that. Slide there out the exit of the corner. Gaining a little bit on number 7. It's not the Mustang anymore, it's a GTR, but I don't think I'm going to have enough room to catch up with him unless something unexpected happens. Fun race though. This was a good one. I enjoyed this race quite a bit. Oh, he did. He went off the track. What happened, dude? How did he go that far off? Oh, man, that totally sucks. I hate when that kind of stuff happens to me, especially like on the last corner. Because in all fairness, that guy should have beat me, you know. He must have just made like some kind of silly mistake at the end that caused him to go way off track. Alright, let's see the lineup here. Congratulations to A1 Machinista, also driving a 4C. Alright, on to the next one. I think I'm going to stick with this car. I like it. We got quite a bit of time till the next race. About 9 minutes. And is there anything I want to adjust in here? I don't think so. Pretty happy with where it sits. So I'm just going to stick with the settings as is. Yeah, that would be sweet. Do you know if they do open, like a fully open beta where anybody can play on Gran Turismo? Like, did they do that for past titles? I don't even remember. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you're saying. And yeah, I would love to see a release date as well. You know how it goes with Gran Turismo, though. Right now, everybody is, you know, it's pretty much guaranteed that it'll be 2017, but you just never know with Polyphony. I guess good things come to those who wait, is what they say, right? Hopefully the final release game will be good enough to make it worth it and not turn people off from the title. I think people are going to like this title. I think people are going to like the focus on quality over quantity. Even if, you know, it's not 100% perfect, even if the sounds aren't maybe exactly what everybody's been wanting, you know, better than GT6, but still, I think on physics and handling and just quality of the racing alone, especially when people can make their own rooms online and designate whether they're dirty or clean, I think that alone will be enough to keep Gran Turismo fans happy, but I'm not sure if that alone will be enough to keep, you know, people who aren't necessarily Gran Turismo fans, but just fans of racing games in general. We won't really know until we see what the full content list looks like and what the career mode looks like and whatnot, how the game is structured. I have high hopes for it. You know, like I've said many times, there's certain things I don't like the way the penalty system works, the SR and DR, I believe they're called, ratings could be implemented a little bit better. The sounds aren't perfect. But in terms of the content that's available so far, the tracks are nice. The cars I've driven so far drive very well, which to me, that's the most important thing with a racing game, is the handling. I don't really care. I don't even care too much about graphics, although it is nice to look at pretty graphics. But I really think, to me, the most important thing is like physics, handling, tire model, force feedback, stuff like that, how the game plays. And I also am somebody who really enjoys a good career mode, so I'm hoping the career mode in this game is on par with previous Gran Turismo titles. Because when the game does come out, I really look forward to beating the career mode. Fall 2018. Right? I think people would literally just give up. Like, if they postpone the game, like, beyond 2017, I think people are, I don't know, there'll be people rioting in the streets. But no, in all seriousness, I think people would be wicked mad, even if it's just 2018 in general. I will say, though, knowing Polyphony, I'm guessing it's going to be like November, December, like around Christmas time. I think, I could be wrong, but I think that's what they did with GT6. It was somewhere around the holidays that it came out. I could be remembering incorrectly, but I thought I remember getting the game around that time. Got my Ghost here. Whoa, buddy. I don't know how I just slid ahead of my Ghost with that janky turn. Oh, I guess I'm not ahead of him. Almost. Now I'm ahead of the Ghost. Put down a little bit of a better lap time. See if in the time left I can put down a halfway decent qualifying time. That would be nice. Slide. Keep that grip. Man, this car really does have impressive grip, especially for a GR4 class car. One of the winter months, yeah. That's about what I remember too. November, December-ish. So I got a 1:23.371 as my best time so far. took that corner better than my previous fastest lap. I'm well ahead of the Ghost. See if I can maintain here. Starting to learn how to maneuver this car on this particular track. Or starting to get used to it, I should say. This is my least favorite corner on this whole track because very many times I have just slid off into the dirt. That's one corner that tends to get me more often than not. Or more often than other corners, I should say. Ghost looks like it might be gaining on me a little bit, but I'll still get to the line quicker, so let's see what the time is this time. Still in the 23s, 23.110. And I think I'm going to go off the track this time. Nope. But I did lose it to my Ghost. I was in too high of a gear. Let's just go too fast and see if the car holds on. Oh, off in the dirt. Pretty much knew that was going to happen there. It's alright, I only got 1:30 left until matching anyways. So are you mostly into sim racing, Daniel, or do you pretty much all types of gaming do you like? So you like first-person shooters and sim racing? I'm pretty terrible at first-person shooters. The last game, other than sim racing titles that I really got into, was Call of Duty on the PlayStation 3. I think it was Modern Warfare, and I loved it. I beat it, and I would play online, you know, a fairly decent amount, but I was never really good. For some reason, I just never got a natural feeling with first-person shooters or any kind of aim and shoot type games. I mean, I could do decent enough to get through career mode and whatnot, but I would just usually get slaughtered online. Said, of course, yeah, I find that I play that game mostly when DLC or some really cool mod comes out. iRacing I love, and I'm actually kind of disappointed in myself because I have the membership, and up until a couple months ago I was regularly doing races. I would do them every day, and when the Dirt Series came out, I was loving the dirt races. But for the last month or two, I've really kind of fallen off on iRacing. You know, I'll jump in and do some testing at night sometimes. But, really, since I've been playing Gran Turismo Sport a lot and streaming, I've been falling off on iRacing, so gotta get back into that. Yeah, I hate the membership system. I feel iRacing is so expensive. I'm good through August, I want to say. I don't know when in August, but sometime in August I'm going to have to renew. And what I don't like, you know, if they're going to do a membership service, like that's what they have to do to keep the game constantly feeling like a new title, you know, as far as quality goes and whatnot, then don't give all the discounts to newcomers who are probably just going to buy 1 month, maybe renew, or maybe never play it again. Give the discounts to the people who have been there a long time. They very rarely give existing customers discounts. Typically, like, I only renew for anywhere from 1 to 3 months at a time. Last time I renewed for 3 months, and that was just recently. I am fishtailing all over. So, if my account expires, I'll usually wait a week or two and wait for them to send me a little code so I at least get 25% off or something. That's what I did last time, like I got 25% off on the 3 months. But they're giving new memberships like 50% off all the time, and if you buy a year's worth, that's a good discount. So I feel like they don't treat their existing customers well. One thing I did get, oh, what happened? My stream died. Why did that happen? What on earth? Oh, really? Huh. It died on my laptop where I was watching it. That's good. Good to know I'm still live. Oh, here it goes. It's playing now. That was really weird. I got like the staticky screen that said an error had occurred with some like code after it. As long as it's still working on everybody else's end. Oh, buddy, I don't want to rear-end him. Oh, man, I almost rear-ended him. I stopped a little bit too late there. Alright, we got both of us fishtailing here. Get me away from that Mustang. I don't trust Mustang drivers, especially ones with names like XXX Tune. Oh, here he goes, passing me. Clean pass, that's for sure. Alright, let me pay attention to what I'm doing here. Another GTR way off in that dirt off the final corner. Oh, I don't know if I want to be outside him for this corner. Oh! Couldn't make up my mind on which way to go, and I made it up too late, kicked myself to the outside. That's alright, still got enough race left to make it up. So much steering required to drive this car. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I did not mean to tap him like that. Let him get ahead of me there. That was not fair. I tuned this one basically at just like a base setup that I use on most cars in the GR4 and GR5, or GR4 and GR3 class. But, pretty much with this car, it seems whatever I do with the diff, it's still pretty darn squirrely. Whoa, don't come and hit me, buddy. And I think it's just because pretty darn sure this is a mid-engine car, and I think it just has to do with the weight distribution. It's just very lively and small. It has a short wheelbase. I'm pretty sure the 4C is mid-engine, although I could be mistaken. I could mess around with some different diff settings. See if it helps. But usually what I have it set at right now is pretty good baseline for most cars. Alright, we got this Corvette fishtailing here. But, yeah, if I could get this car tuned to where it wasn't so squirrely, you could really bite into a corner and not scrub off any speed by fishtailing or sliding at all, this car I feel like would be a beast. I feel it would be hard to compete with. Because the GTRs have crazy understeer. And if you could eliminate the oversteer on this car, you could really have a formidable opponent. Yeah, the differential. I think right now I have it, I'll have to check, but I think it's 15, 45, 25, I think. It might be 15, 40, 25. Whoa, coming inside, buddy, coming inside. But it's right around there, which is what I usually run for most cars. Don't hit me inside, dude. Oh, I knew you were going to do that, you dirty bastard. It's the final lap, that's why he's being so dirty. I got a Mustang on my tail, so I'm not going to focus too hard on doing anything stupid trying to get around this Nissan, because I don't want to yield my position to the Mustang. See if I can power past the Nissan, but not looking hopeful. Nanito 07. Maybe. Oh, I didn't even touch him either. That was so mint. Can I hold on to it? Can I hold on to it? Ah, he went in the dirt. I literally did not touch him. I was so close. We were like door to door there when I cut on the inside. I'll try. I usually, I will try that setting. I usually like a little more on the DXL than on the initial. Just because I do sometimes like to let the back end kick out when I'm decelerating just a little bit. But you know what? I'm going to use this car for the next race. I'm going to try those settings right now and see how it does. My only fear with 25 on the main setting is that I'm going to be struggling for traction, spinning one tire too much. But I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. I still haven't found perfect settings in this game for the differential, so I'm totally open to experimenting. I do have one race left, right? What time is it? Yep, one left. Alright. I didn't even see who won, but congratulations to whoever that was. So, let's, oh, I don't need to go there. I need to go here. Alright, so let's give that a try, see how it does. So let's drop this to 25 and drop this to 10. Oops, 10. Let's see how it goes. Help if I was looking at the road. Let's read that comment real quick. see how it does. So far, so good. It's definitely sliding less around the long, sweeping corners like that. A little bit of a slide there, but I was being very heavy on the gas intentionally just to see when it would slide out. Actually, I kind of like this setting so far. I do think this is a better setting than I had before. Thank you very much, Jamaican Gamer. Maybe a setting like this is better in mid-engine cars. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is a mid-engine car. And I know when I drive other cars, like front-engine cars, I typically just go with usually between 10 and 15 on the initial, between 40 and 50 on the main, and between 15 and 25 or 30 on the deacceleration. But no, this is very good. I like it a lot. It is mid-engine. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wasn't 100% sure, so I didn't want to say for sure. It's such a fun car to drive, though. I really like this car. The 4C and the GR3 class is a fun car to drive, too. It struggles a little bit in the top end, speed-wise, compared to some of the other cars, but boy, is it so much fun to drive. See if I can outspeed the Ghost here. Here we go. Oh, and now I'm probably going to give it up again. Little too heavy on the gas there. That's all right. I find that with this setting, the way it is now, when I do slide, I have a bit more control over it. Alrighty, Daniel. Hopefully I'll see you next time. And thanks for stopping by. As always, nice talking with you. And I'm off in the dirt. I went too hard that time. Gonna lose it to my Ghost in a second here, I'm sure. Oh, I'm still ahead of the Ghost. I don't know how that happened. Got in front of the Ghost early. Still got enough time to put down a lap, so let's see if I can put down a better one. Big fishtail. This is actually a lot of fun to drive with this diff setup. I can slide it if I want to kind of make it slide a little bit, and I can avoid it if I need to avoid it. Whereas before, it was a little bit unpredictable. Going a little wide again. Hold it in, Alfro. Hold it in. There we go. I'd really like to be in the 123s, like my qualifying time last time was a 123.1. No, 124 again. Actually, it might use my old qualifying time if it's faster. Usually it does. It's interesting that I have more car control, yet my lap time is slower. My qualifying last time was a 123.110. Yeah, I can feel that I have more control over the car now. It's probably just the laps I'm putting down at the greatest. See if I can put some distance on it, on the Ghost here. Don't know if it'll be enough to be in the low 123s like I was before, but I think the more predictable diff setting will prove itself useful in a race, kind of when you're in like the heat of the battle. I'm about to get pasted out by my Ghost here, yep. Interesting. Oh, off in the dirt. Saw that coming. Might as well just slam into this wall here. It's alright, we only got 30 seconds left anyways. One cool thing about, it brought me back to the track, I was going to say. One cool thing about this track is all the jumps you can do. Since it doesn't really matter right now. If you go flying though and launch off those hills, it's actually a lot of fun. Unfortunately it brings you back to the track, but... Alright, we only got 3 seconds till matching. That's enough screwing around. You could also adjust the brake balance on this car. I haven't done that yet. I think for now I'll just leave it as is. Just so you guys know, I think this will be the last race I do for the night. Not really in the mood to do any GR3 races at Dragon's Trail. So after this one, I'll leave it off. Front biased? Yeah. Depending on the car. Well, with this car, I haven't messed with the front to rear. Some cars, I'll go towards the rear. Other cars towards the front. But, the brake, yeah, I figured that. But this one I haven't really experimented too much, so I'm just going to keep it at 50-50 as it is. And one thing I do want to do is just adjust the diff slightly. I just want to bring this up to 30. Just to get a little bit more traction down to the ground. Really, you max it all the way to the front, and it helps. I'll go a little bit frontwards on this, see what I think. start with just one. Make small increments here. In most other games, you know, I'm assuming that in this game, even when it's 50-50, there's more braking. Oh, not paying attention. I assume in this game, even when it's 50-50, there's more pressure towards the front, just because that's how most cars work. But like other sim racing games, I would always have, you know, the bias towards the front, 70-30 or 60-40, something like that. Huh. I'm going to try that. I'm not going to try it right now in this race, but when I do some practicing, I'm going to mess around with the bias. I just don't want to change the setting too drastically in the race and not be used to it, you know what I mean? Honey Drip 70 in 16th, and we got Mickey Owan. I couldn't see the rest of the name in first place. Any names I recognize? We got XXX Tooney or whatever it is. Kelso Dees, I think he won the last race if I'm not mistaken. Whoa, slow car. Come on inside. Oh, sorry Corvette. I think I upset him too much though. I think I upset myself more. Oh, buddy. A little bit early on the brakes there, Corvette, aren't you? Whoa, getting hit. Alright, come on, guys. Be nice. Whoa, that Alfa Romeo was fishtailing all over after he bumped me. Looks like the 4C is a popular car this time. Usually it's all GTRs, or mostly GTRs, followed by Corvettes. Ooh, he came solid just as I was coming up to him. Good thing I didn't ghost through him. Adjust that brake bias back because it didn't save it from the practice. Put it back to 1. See how that works. That vet that slammed into me is way ahead. As soon as I go past a certain point steering, you can feel in the force feedback the tires start skipping over the pavement. I'm using a direct drive wheel through the Gimmick software, and it's definitely quite a workout playing this game. The force feedback is intense. In fact, it's one of my favorite things about Gran Turismo Sport is the force feedback. What place am I in? 5th place? I'd like to be up in 3rd. I'd be happy with 4th. I guess I could live with 5th, but punch it, come out of the corner. That's my favorite corner on this whole track. And my least favorite corner is this left-hander right here. do you like the beta so far, Jamaican Gamer? Final lap already. Man, these races are short. Hey, might I catch up with somebody here? Not likely, but it could happen. Oh no, Seth, why'd you fishtail there? You needed that traction. Oh, I screwed it up totally. Screwed up any chance I had of catching up with V1.07 there. Alright, so it looks like 5th place is as good as it's going to get for me tonight. Although he did just go off, but too close to the finish line. Not too bad, though. Yeah, I know, I wish they would put the arcade mode back in too, and I wish it would have had more than one track. But I also understand. They want, the whole point is, well, not the whole point, but a large point is so that they can test the server and whatnot, or the server for online. So, and online is what's going to be most important with this game, since that's what everybody loves with Gran Turismo, is setting up online races and rooms. I can't wait for the final game to come out, and for people to be able to set up their own rooms, because it won't just be everybody thrown in. You know, you can get a mix where it's all clean people with like-minded interests. Congratulations to Spurkins6 in the Hyundai Genesis, coming in 1st place. And that's going to be it for me tonight. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and thank you very much, Jamaican Gamer, for helping me with that diff setting. Just seeing how the car behaved from bringing the braking force below the initial force allowed me to kind of open my mind a bit more and think about diff settings on other cars, since I had always pretty much done the opposite of that. So I definitely appreciate the advice. And yeah, so hopefully I will catch you guys at the next one. Have a good one.